It's 6 a.m. on a blistering August morning in 2027, and I'm sipping black coffee on my porch in Willow Creek, Nevada, staring at my new well as it pumps life into my 40-acre farm. My phone buzzes with a call from Clara Hensley, her voice a broken sob. "James, 4,000 cattle are dying. I'll do anything, please." But I feel nothing, just the cool rim of my mug against my lips. Clara's empire is crumbling, and I hold the key to her survival. Want to know how it came to this? Buckle up, because this is a story of betrayal, greed, and a war over water that'll leave you questioning everything. I've lived on this land for 35 years, watching the sagebrush sway and the sun set over Silver Lake. My great-uncle bought this plot in 1947, along with 25% of the lake's shimmering edgewater and mineral rights included. "Water's gold, James," he'd say, and he was right. When I inherited the farm, I struck a deal with Clara, my neighbor, who ran the biggest dairy operation in the county. She needed water for her herd, and I had plenty. We shook on a rental agreement cheap, because I believed in neighbors helping neighbors. Clara started with 600 cows. Now she's got 4,000, the milk monarch, as the local paper calls her, her ranch sprawling like a greedy octopus, swallowing smaller farms, all fueled by my lake water at a rate unchanged since 2002. I never complained. That was my first mistake. My second was thinking she'd remember who kept her empire alive. This summer brought a drought that turned the earth to dust. Silver Lake shrank daily, and my crops withered. I decided to dig a well, tapping an aquifer beneath my land. The drilling crew arrived on a Wednesday, but by noon, the HOA president, Evelyn Harper, stood at my gate, waving a cease and desist letter. "You can't dig, James," she sneered, her silk scarf fluttering. "It's against HOA rules, lowers property values." I wiped sweat from my brow. "Evelyn, this is my land. I've been here longer than your HOA." She smirked. "The board says no. Defy us, and it's $60,000 in fines." Then Clara's Chevy roared up. She strode out, all 6 feet of her in custom boots, her voice sharp. "James, this well threatens the water table. My 4,000 cows need water daily." I clenched my fists. "Clara, you rent my water. This well's for my crops." She laughed, cold and cutting. "You're a nobody farmer. I employ 60 people, generate millions. Step aside and let the big players handle water." Evelyn nodded, smug. "My cousin's the district attorney. We know the law." As Clara turned to leave, I called out, "Check whose lake you're using, Clara." Her eyes flickered with confusion, but I was already planning my next move. That night, I dug through my great-uncle's files, deeds, surveys, water rights papers. There it was, 25% of Silver Lake, mine by law. Clara's ranch touched the lake, but owned none of it. Our deal was her only legal access. I'd been too kind, too trusting. No more. The next day, I dressed in my Sunday best and headed to the HOA meeting at the town hall, a building my family helped fund decades ago. The room buzzed with locals: Sam Tucker from the feed store, Lily Chun from the bakery, and Clara with her lawyer in a $2,000 suit. Evelyn opened. "We're here to address James Colton's illegal well." I stood, my boots echoing, and set my briefcase down. "Before we talk wells, let's talk ownership." I held up the 1947 deed. "My family owns 25% of Silver Lake, with full water rights." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Evelyn paled. "The lake's public." I slid a survey across the table. "Wrong. The county owns 50%, the old Grayson estate 25%, and me the rest." Then I dropped the bomb. Photos of Clara's trucks siphoning my water at 2 a.m., meter readings showing millions of gallons stolen, invoices proving she sold it for $600 a load. Clara's been stealing from me for a year, reselling my water for profit. The room exploded. Sam shouted. "She charged us triple for water that wasn't hers." Clara's lawyer stammered, but I wasn't done. I played a recording. Clara's voice. "James is too dumb to notice. Once the HOA buries him, I'll own the lake." The crowd roared. I ended with a notice. "Clara's water rights are terminated. Tonight." Clara lunged, screaming, "My cows will die. I'll sue you to hell." I stayed calm. Ask Evelyn's cousin about the 1949 exemption. My rights trump your HOA. As I left, locals apologized, promising support. Clara's empire was cracking, and I held the hammer. 3 days later, her 4,000 cows clustered around dry troughs, their moans haunting the valley. My well pumped 600 gallons a minute, my crops thriving. Clara called, begging, "James, they're dying. I'll pay anything." Her voice broke, but I remembered her sneers. "You made your bed, Clara." By day 5, 600 cows were dead, her milk contracts void, losses at $120,000 daily. She tried trucking water $80,000 a day, unsustainable. Banks rejected her loans. Her debt was a house of cards. A viral video sealed her fate. Clara, sobbing among dying cows, wailing, "I was greedy, arrogant." Some called her a victim, others a thief. I stayed silent, offering water to small farmers like Sam at fair rates, building a cooperative. Clara faced prison for theft and fraud, her ranch bankrupt. On day 21, she appeared at my gate, a shadow in worn jeans. "James, 1,400 cows are left. Save them, not me." I studied her no arrogance, just defeat. "They don't deserve to suffer," I said. "Rescues are taking them tomorrow. You'll pay the bill." Relief flashed, then shame. "Will you forgive me?" she whispered. I looked at my well's marker, water for the worthy. "Forgiveness isn't mine to give, Clara. But my water? Never again." As she drove off, I felt the weight of justice. My cooperative grew, small farmers thrived, and Willow Creek learned. Respect outlasts greed. But was I too harsh? Should I have saved her cows sooner? Comment, mercy or justice? Would you have given Clara a drop, or let her empire burn? Share your wildest neighbor feud story, hit like, and subscribe for more tales where the little guy wins big.